Okay, guys, again, I appreciate your patience. I know it's getting late and your homework is due tomorrow. It's, let's see, now about 7:15 Monday night, and you guys need to watch this video and take the notes and be ready, like I said, by tomorrow. It's a pretty short video, though. As you can see, the Algebra Prep lesson, building block number 1. I'm going to start numbering basically the building blocks for your foundation for algebra. And really the main concept that I want you to be able to do quickly is to be able to add integers and really to be able to see them in such a way that it really makes it easy for you. So I'm going to attempt to do that with this video, and we'll practice again tomorrow with this as well. If you wanted to just take a quick mental break, you can try to find Waldo in that picture. He is in there. But if you need to do that, you got to pause the video because I'm going to keep going. So as we look at the different types of problems here, just like you saw on the first page, you have both numbers are positive, then you have a positive minus another number, a negative plus a number, and a negative minus a number. Okay, so these are really the four types of problems you're going to see. Just like we talked about with the football field, if you can relate to that, the numbers we see here, you can think of it as first down, like this first one, and copy this down, by the way. If you haven't done that yet, just pause the video. So on first down, we're going to say, alright, this first number is how many yards the team that has the ball either gains or loses on first down. And then this other number is going to be what that same team either gains or loses on second down. So if a team gains 8 yards in the first down, and then they gain 7 more yards on second down, how many yards have they gained total? Well, when you think of moving in the positive direction, you're moving positive direction 8 and then positive direction 7 more. And if we look down here on the number line, we can make it even easier. Start at 0 and you can go again positive 8, okay, and then so that's plus 8, positive 8. And then you go 7 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You could even count. There's no reason why you should ever miss any of these. And then where do you end up? You end up at positive 15. Well, we already know that 8 plus 7 is 15. Okay? But I want you to keep this in mind. When you're adding or subtracting numbers, when you add, you go to the right. When you subtract, you go to the left. Okay? So I'm gonna backspace all that stuff I just did. So if you want to still see that, copy it down, then pause the video. Okay, but I want to clear up my screen here. So I'm clearing up all the stuff I just did, and I'm going to leave that first down, second down on there as well. It's first down, second down, and we say, all right, well, we know that the answer to that 8 plus 7 is 15. Okay, so we're going to use that same strategy here, and I know you know that 8 minus 7 is 1. Okay, so I understand that, but what I want you to see a little bit better maybe than you've been seeing is that 8 minus 7 means that 8 in the positive direction. So you always start at 0. You go 8 in the positive direction. Okay, so that's positive 8. Okay, and then you're going to go 7 in the negative direction, so minus 7. Okay, so you're going to go 7 back this way. And where do you end up? Well, you end up right there at 1. Like I said, I know that you know that 8 minus 7 is 1. Okay, but seeing numbers better is going to help you on the later on kind of problems. Okay, so again, we know that 8 minus 7 is 1, so I'm going to put a 1 right there. And then let's look and see what we do when we're trying to figure out negative 8 plus 7. Okay, negative 8 plus 7. Let me erase this stuff here without erasing my number line. Shoot, I need to get that purple back there so I can put my 0. Where is that? 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Alright. And then again, negative 8 plus 7. So what do we do? Maybe pause the video if you want to try this. 8 in the negative direction means negative 8. So we go, always start at 0. 8 in the negative direction. Then we have 7 starting from this point here. 7 in the positive direction. Okay, so they go in the opposite directions because you have a negative and a positive. So negative 8, positive 7, and you end up right here. Let me see if I can zoom in here. Let me do this in green. Didn't do it in green. Let me try green again. Right there. So here we have -1 is where we end up. Okay, so -1 is the right answer. And let me just rewind here a little bit so we can write down, what color was I doing that in? -1. Okay, so -1 again. We go 8 in the negative direction, 7 in the positive direction, and we're right there at -1, right there. Okay, that's why that's -1. All right, so you gain 8 or lose 8 yards on first down, gain 7 yards on second down, and so then you ended up losing 1 yard total between the two plays. Okay, remember I'm going back to my football analogy here. And finally, -8 minus 7. So try this one on your own. I'll leave this one up here. You've got 8 in the negative direction, so you lose 8 yards on first down, and you lose 7 more yards on second down. So therefore, where are you? Well, you've lost 15 yards total. So simplifying -8 minus 7, we get -15. So that's really it. I mean, there's really no other scenario except one other kind of scenario, and that's this. I know there's a lot here, but oh no, I'm sorry. I was going to have you guys try some on your own. Okay, so don't pause the video yet. Let me say a couple things here. Down here, remember that your brain thinks and learns and remembers things in pictures, and so if you can tie some sort of a meaning to these numbers instead of just seeing 10 minus 12. Okay, we know that 10 minus 12, hopefully we know that that is -2. Okay, you gain 10 yards on first down, so you go 10 to the right, and then you go 12 back to the left, so you've lost 2 yards total. Okay, so that being said, again, if you think of football, great. If you think, well, maybe it's the temperature. Maybe 10 minus 12 down here on the bottom. I say here 10 minus 12 equals -2 could mean that in the winter in Minnesota the temperature at 10 p.m. was 10 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, so you start with 10 degrees. In the next hour the temperature dropped 12 degrees to -2 degrees Fahrenheit. So if you're starting at 10 degrees Fahrenheit, and maybe we draw a little thermometer here. So down here is 0 degrees. Initially you're at 10 degrees Fahrenheit, but then you drop 12 degrees. And if you drop 12 degrees, you can see that 10 minus 12, you're down here at -2 degrees Fahrenheit. So there's all kinds of different ways to think about these numbers. But again, guys, your brain thinks and remembers stuff and learns in pictures. If you've got to tie a picture to what you're learning, otherwise you're not going to retain it. And maybe you've got this down. Maybe you're sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, I already know how to do this. But judging by the results of the time test today, everybody can improve. Not only maybe you won't be able to improve your accuracy, but you might be able to improve how quickly you come up with these answers. Okay, so everybody has an opportunity to improve. So I encourage you to do that. Let's see, we talked about temperature, we talked about football yardage. We haven't talked about money. Let's say you owe somebody $10. Sorry, you get $10, but you owe somebody 12. So you make 10, but you lose 12, so you've lost $2 total. Okay, so you can think of it in terms of money. Positive numbers means you get money, you make money. Negative numbers means you have to spend money. Okay, golfing. Like let's say one day you were. Let's say you're in a golf tournament. If you understand how the golfing scoring works, you have over par or under par. Over par would be indicated by positive numbers, and under par would be indicated by negative numbers. Okay, so let's say, keeping this scenario going, 10 over par on the first day, and then 12 under par on the second day. That'd be a great day, and overall you'd be 2 under par, or -2. Okay. Let's see, what's another one? Population. Let's say there's 10 million people in the year 2000, and probably wouldn't be that great if you can have a negative number of people. So maybe not such a great analogy unless you have end up with a positive number of people. Like, let's take number 3 here. If you had 15 million people, and then you added to that, -5, so meaning 5 million people moved out, you'd end up with 10 million people total. So yeah, maybe that population example wasn't that great. pause the video and come back when you're done with the rest of these 5 problems. I mean, you've 6 problems total, but I had you do, or we did number 1 together. So do 2 through 6. Okay. And again, pause the video and I'm going to show you the answers. -5 is number 2. 20 minus 25. 15 plus -5 is like 15 minus 5. Well, that's 10. -5 minus 10, lose 5 yards, then lose 10 yards, so I've lost 15 yards total. Same here, -3 minus 9. You could think of this, -3 minus 9, by the way, as -3 plus -9. I like that. When we subtract a number, we're adding its opposite. And to me, -3 plus -9 means I just add the 2 numbers together and put a minus sign in front. And then same thing over here. -40 minus 5 is -40 plus -5, which gives us -45. Okay, so here's the deal. You've got subtracting a negative is like this special case here, and I want you to understand the difference between subtracting a positive and subtracting a negative. 4 minus 1, we know that that's 3. Okay, 4 minus a -1, it's not 3. Can't be 3 because you're subtracting a different number than 1. But remember what I said, subtracting a number is like adding the opposite. Okay, so 4 plus -1 is 3. Let's add the opposite here. Add the opposite, so that's why you're going to make those 2 numbers positive. 4 plus +1 is 4 plus 1. 4 plus 1 is 5. Okay, let's try this one. 10 minus 3. 10 plus a -3 would be 7. Okay. And then pause the video if you want to try this one on your own. 10 minus a -3. 10 plus +3 is 13. Okay. And then down here, what happens if we have a negative sign in front of the first number? Well, still, again, we just did those. -10 plus -7, because we're adding the opposite, is -17. Okay. -17, and then the next one would be -10 minus -7. Okay, well, you should by now be going, okay, plus the opposite. Okay, -10 plus +7, lose 10 yards on first down, gain 7 of them back. 10 minus 7 is 3, but the negative is bigger on the bigger number, so you end up losing 3 yards total. Okay, fine, those are the special cases, and I'm looking at this thinking, man, you've got one number in green, and then a green circle. You can't have that. All the other ones have red circles, so that wouldn't look right. So there you go, subtracting a negative, and that's how you do it. Okay, if you just keep that in mind, subtracting a negative is adding the opposite. Adding, let's write that in. Adding the opposite. Okay, I gotta speed up here a little bit because I've got 2 more minutes to give you your assignment. So here's your deal. This is your only homework problem. You need to show your work, and I'm going to give you the answer. Okay, the answer is 15. So you keep going until you get 15. If on the first try you don't get, not -15, but if on the first try you don't get 15, draw an X, a big X through the entire problem and start over. Okay, I need to see all your work, and the winner gets a prize. All right, so you don't know how to win, but if you win, you get a prize. Let me show you an example. Let's say the problem was the answer is 11, okay, and I do this. I go, okay, well, 3 plus 4 times 2. I say 3 plus 4. I do that first. I get 7. Did I say plus 2? I think I might have. 7 times 2. And then I go 7 times 2 is 14. But right up here I'm saying the answer is 11. So I know that this is not right. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a big X through the problem. I'm going to start over. Okay? I don't want you to erase. I don't want you to do it on a separate sheet of paper. I want you to try something else. I did the 3 plus 4 first on the last time, and I go, oh, wait a second. PEMDAS says that I'm supposed to do the multiplication before I do the addition. So I go, oh, all right, well, I'm going to do that first. I'm going to go 3 plus 4 times 2, which is 8. I'm going to get 11, and then I'm going to put a big circle around it. I'm going to put a check mark next to it. If you get it right the first try, great. If not, then X through it and try it again. And here is your problem. There it is. And good luck. 15-minute video. Hope you guys have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Do this until you get it right. Winner gets a prize. Bring it in tomorrow.